In a quiet village, tucked between whispering forests and a shimmering river, lived Mira, a young woman of 26. Her mind was a restless loom, weaving endless threads of regret and worry. Memories of missed chances haunted her, and fears of the future kept her awake at night. Her heart was heavy, her days joyless. The villagers often saw her pacing by the river, lost in a storm of her own thoughts. One golden evening, as the sun sank low, Mira overheard children whispering about an old weaver deep in the forest. Her name was Sita, a woman whose hands crafted not just cloth, but wisdom, once a renowned teacher in a far-off city. She now lived simply, surrounded by nature's embrace. They said she could unravel any troubled mind. A spark of hope flickered in Myra's heart. Maybe Sita could show her the path to peace. The next morning, Mira set out, her feet tracing winding paths through the forest. After hours of walking, she reached a clearing. There stood a wooden hut, draped in vines and wildflowers. Sita sat outside, her fingers dancing over a loom, weaving a tapestry that shimmered like the forest itself. Her eyes were kind, her presence calm, like a still lake under a quiet sky. Mira stepped forward, her voice trembling. "Wise one, my mind is a storm. I'm haunted by my past, afraid of my future. I long for peace, but don't know where to find it. Can you help me?" Sita paused her weaving, her gaze warm and steady. "Peace is not a destination, child, but a way of being. If you seek it, I will give you a task." She handed Mira a small spool of thread, glowing faintly like moonlight. "Take this thread," she said, "and walk through the forest to the river's edge. Let it unwind behind you, but do not let it break or tangle, no matter what you encounter." Mira took the spool, curious but trusting. She began her walk, the thread trailing behind her like a silver stream. The forest hummed with life. Birds sang, leaves rustled, the wind whispered secrets. At first, Myra's mind drifted to her old worries, but a tug on the thread snapped her back. It had caught on a thorn. Carefully, she freed it, her focus sharpening. The thread demanded her care, dodging roots, avoiding sharp rocks, navigating sudden gusts of wind. Her eyes followed its delicate path, her hands steadying its flow. She didn't notice the deer grazing nearby or the sunlight dappling through the canopy. Her world was a thread, this moment. Hours later, Mira reached the river, the thread unbroken, untangled. Exhausted but triumphant, she returned to Sita, the spool nearly empty but intact. "I did it," Mira said, her voice steady. The thread never broke. Sita smiled softly. "Well done. But tell me, did you see the deer drinking at the stream? Did you hear the wind's melody through the pines? Did you feel the sun's warmth on your face?" Myra's face fell. "No, I saw nothing, heard nothing. All my attention was on the thread." Sita's eyes twinkled. "That, my dear, is a secret. When your mind is anchored in the present, it has no room for yesterday's shadows or tomorrow's fears. The thread was your guide, teaching you to focus on what is here. Now, peace is not something you chase. It is within you, waiting to be noticed, live in this moment, and the storm in your mind will still." Myra's heart stirred with understanding. The past was woven and gone. The future was yet to be spun. But the present, this moment, was hers to shape. She bowed to Sita, gratitude swelling in her chest. "Thank you," she whispered. "I see now. Peace is in the now." As Mira walked back to her village, the forest came alive in a new way. Fireflies flickered. The river hummed softly. The evening breeze brushed her skin. Her steps were lighter, her mind quieter. She was no longer the restless woman who had left her village. A calm had settled within her, like a steady thread woven into her being. Like Mira, many of us are caught in the tangles of our minds, weaving stories of what was or what might be. We carry burdens that no longer exist, fears that may never come. But life unfolds only in the present. When Mira focused on the thread, her mind was free from chaos. In that focus, she found clarity. In that clarity, peace. Sita's wisdom reminds us that the present is a gift, alive with beauty and possibility. The deer by the stream, the wind song, the sun's warmth. These are treasures we claim only when we are here. To live in the now is to let go of regret and fear, to trust the universe is unfolding, to weave a life of calm and joy. So, guard the thread of your attention. Let it anchor you to this moment. The past is a finished tapestry, the future an unwoven dream. But the present is where your life is crafted, where happiness and serenity reside. Embrace the power now, and let your inner stillness shine. If this story touched your heart, share it with others to spread its wisdom. For more tales that inspire, stay tuned for the next journey. Until then, keep weaving your moments with care and presence.